Hello, beautiful people. Welcome to Donkeycast. Today we have Charles the First, Dr. Diddley, me, the Empress Donkeyet, or Donkey Ming, as some may call me, our guest Marion, and Sorskayski. Sorskayski. Oh, no.
Sikorsky.
Sikorsky.
Okay. Sikorsky.
Sikorsky.
Yeah. So there's
Yes.
so we have some topics prepared for today for your viewing pleasure. Sikorsky, could you explain to us what current game playthroughs means?
Indeed.
So what I want you guys to go ahead and tell us games you are currently playing. Currently I'm playing Fallout New Vegas. Then you can go in and elaborate on that. Like, oh, I'm doing this playthrough where I'm a spy, or not a spy, but like what kind of build you're playing. If it's an RPG, what kind of decisions you've made. So how far you are into the playthrough. So just go ahead and elaborate on any games you are currently doing a playthrough of.
I see.
Should start.
I only had a playthrough in Hearts of Iron 4 Old World Blues. It's a nice playthrough as Dukanan, and I have Joshua Graham. Doing pretty nice. I just finished up an invasion of the 80s. Yeah, and
Nice.
yeah. So that should be nice. And and that game as well. The NCR is taking care of Caesar's Legion very nicely. So, yes.
R.I.P. Caesar's Legion.
So yes, that is probably one of the only current games I'm playing through because I'm trying to read more. So,
Deadly?
yeah. Kind of like that. Yeah. So yeah, is anyone else going to share current playthroughs?
Currently I'm just playing a shit ton of CK2, or Crusader Kings 2. And I don't really have one continuous game going. I just hop in, play 15 minutes as, I don't know, Castile or something, and that's really it. Oof.
Honestly, that's kind of me also.
Yeah, that's me with most Hearts of Iron 4. I spend a couple days doing one campaign, and I get bored of that and do another.
I have completed a single campaign of any Paradox game ever.
I don't think I've actually even completed a Paradox game.
I don't think I've ever done that either.
They're just too long for me. They get kind of stale near the end.
I think the closest I've ever gotten to completing a game was like this one EU4 game where I was the Ottomans. I think I got to like almost 1700 before I got bored.
Yeah, most of the time it's in Hearts of Iron 4. So yeah, it's usually in Hearts of Iron 4, with, like in the mid 40s. I got like 1943. So that's always very nice.
The most I got is Hearts of Iron 4 as well. I was playing the Road to 56, and I was playing in America. This situation was completely hopeless, because Hitler had already basically captured Europe at this point, had capitulated the Soviet Union, and had 300 divisions. My
300
computer
is
was
quite much.
burning.
I finished a couple EU4 campaigns actually, which is always fun. It's always a fun time. Conquering half the world. I've been playing
I
oh
I only think I finished one playthrough, and that was democratic Soviet Union, usually Russia, and yeah, that that went pretty bad. 15 million losses on both sides. So yeah, things
Christ.
were yeah.
god. Recently I've been playing through Dark Souls 3 again, because I have no life.
Oh,
Good
that's
old
nice.
I've been doing a good old paladin run, which is one of my favorites, because there's nothing better than swinging around a giant great hammer and throwing lightning at people. I've almost finished it.
I never finished Dark Souls. I started it, but got through it. Um,
Finished Dark
it just
Souls.
kind of, I don't know.
Like
Yeah.
addicted to it. You get like addicted to it basically. You just want for more. Once you get into Dark Souls, it's just oh look, I've got now 1,000 hours. Oh good, there goes time in my life.
That's what I've
All
done
right.
with Hearts of Iron 4.
I also
Oh, no.
must comment that I have in the middle of a New Vegas campaign, in which I'm going to side with Mr. House, of course.
House always wins.
He does.
Just me, I believe, with the current game playthroughs. I have a few, in I have one in Star Wars Battlefront 2, the original, where I'm trying to beat the campaign mode on Elite mode, and my God, I don't know how you're supposed to do that.
Man,
There's so many fucking droids coming at that goddamn oil rig. I don't know how you're supposed to do it.
Wow.
Along with there's also a bunch of, and of course I have a bunch of Paradox game playthroughs that I will never be able to finish. And what else? I'm gone back to playing Star Wars: The Old Republic a bit. The Sith Warrior campaign.
Yeah, I feel like in most Star Wars games, like the bounty hunter or like Imperial routes seem to be the best.
So that would be the ones I'm doing. Struggling on Kashyyyk. Campaigns that I will never finish, and being a ruthless Sith Lord.
Damn.
So yes. Who agrees that we shall head on to the next topic?
Why do you
Next.
people always forget about me?
Ha.
Rude of all of you.
Sikorsky, yeah, Sikorsky.
You
No
were
one, no one ever remembers me. Why is that a thing?
I remember you, Sikorsky. I will never forget you. Excuse me.
No, the other 3 dinguses in this chat.
Ding. How dare you
Did
call
I
us
always-
dinguses?
Don't call me a
Please,
pingus.
Sikorsky, this is a Christian server. Do not use that terrible language here.
Did that call me a penis?
So yes. Now.
Anyways, you literally have a game paused of Hearts of Iron 4 of the new Führerreich mod that they've
Right. Right.
least. Yes. And I am doing a playthrough as Leon Trotsky,
Oh,
with the Russian SSR.
disgust. Absolutely putrid.
Well,
The
I thought I might give
Mm.
something a little bit
Trotsky's
different. I
fucking
might give a
great.
little something different.
the
Look,
ideal
I thought I
playthrough
would give
is
something
Action France's Third French Kingdom, France.
Okay, I thought I might
They're all the
give a little bit of a try to something a bit different that I never do. I've done like 6 playthroughs as Germany in this game, trying to fucking play as them, see which routes are the best, and then I think I did a playthrough as Italy and then the Ottoman Empire, but those are kind of a little boring first.
But France is a very fun one, especially if you go on the Action Francaise path. You would establish the Third French Kingdom and easily defeat those Germans.
Oh, stop. Okay.
There's
I'll have
literally
to,
a
I'll
focus. There's a focus that gives you 10 free divisions, and then there's supposedly one that gives you even more if you go down the massive recruitment path.
That sounds pretty good. I will take a look at that path when I get to there. Finally, replay the game once again. But I'm also currently doing it previously stated on Fallout New Vegas. Not really doing any like builds or anything. Just kind of going in and playing the game because I've never played the game before, and I felt really so. Finally went through. Started with the NCR. I've actually hit the level cap, so I'm trying to figure out how to install a mod that will remove the level cap.
It's interested, but then you said you aligned with the NCR.
Yes, NCO's honestly the
Hey,
worst path.
I look, just wanted to get I didn't know. All right, look, I'm looking. I haven't done any of the other routes, so I don't know. I can't make a decision on which one's best, but I just wanted to go through the different routes. All right, relax, people.
Betray the
God's
NCR at
sake.
the end and side with Mr. House.
Well, it's too late.
All
for
right,
that.
now that everyone has talked, including Sikorsky, let's move on to the next topic.
What's that topic?
So I'll up the next topic. The next topic is I didn't know how. So I called it greatest non-fear. So basically, nothing like speaking in front of crowds, fear of height. Things that people won't. Fear of spiders. People wouldn't expect to be a fear. If you have one of those. Who wants to start first?
I have a great fear of the future of mankind and the future moral degrading of the society.
Getting a spider shoved in my ass.
That is oddly specific.
That is oddly specific.
Basically any insects, basically.
Uh,
But spiders, since they like to bite a lot.
does anyone else want to go?
May I elaborate on my fear?
Sure, go ahead.
So my fear specifically stated was a slow and painful moral degrading of society. First it started out with Pride Day, Pride Weeks, and now it's Pride 1000, Pride years, Pride decades. We must stop this at its roots and exterminate.
On that topic, I'm extremely terrified of fascism rising again and all a bunch of trans people getting genocided. I'm pretty scared of that.
Yep. We have some polar opposites in this server, by the way, if you haven't already figured it out.
If you haven't figured out, we have some different political opinions.
That's my favorite thing about the server.
So, anyone else? Well, I try to think of one.
I'll go. I'll go ahead I'll go ahead and say one that isn't freaking a political thing. Try to keep that. Donkey, would you please stop spamming Vault Boy dabbing in the chat? It's kind of distracting. But anyways,
That's also one of my fears. He just sneaks up on me at night and dabs.
I feel like everyone fears that.
it's a dream of mine. I would pay to have Vault House when I'm sleeping and dab on me. That would be amazing.
Then he slides to my pants and eats my ass.
Anyways,
Donkey, what is with you in your ass getting eaten?
See, this is exactly what I'm talking about.
Jokes.
anyways, can I finish now, please? I mean, first you guys forget about
Please.
me, and then you guys interrupt me. Like, what else, what's next? What do you want from me?
God lifting you up into heaven. Or something.
Yeah, sometimes I kind of wish I had that too. Anyways, my biggest non-mainstream is probably authority. I think that one is my biggest fear because
Excuse
a
me?
lot of people, like every time, go ahead.
You are a bit, you're a bit stuttering there, so it sounded like Thorgy. You said Thorgy?
No,
Authority.
no. Authority.
Authority. Like the police.
Yes. So like every time, like, and don't get me wrong, I respect people who are in like the military, those places of authority, because I couldn't do that, or even if I could, I still thank them for what they do. But it's just every time those types of me and they're like, hey, what are you doing? I freeze up. I don't know what's wrong. I've never done anything wrong. I don't do the stuff in the high school, I don't vape in the bathrooms, stuff like that. No, but it doesn't matter, because if people come up to me and they're like, what the hell are you doing? I fly.
I fly. Okay, so, but you were a bit, your
So the-
internet's a bit stormed out there, so it sounded like you say, I just fly.
Yes, I just fly. I just fly,
But,
dude.
but I'm pretty
I
sure
freeze
people,
up.
I'm pretty sure people get the point of that what you said, even if it sounded a bit weird. Anyways,
Pretty reasonable physical ski. Actually, a lot of people are scared of authority figures. Like police and the military. Like, people are more likely to be afraid and scared because if a police member is talking to you, it feels like you've done something wrong.
Yeah. Everyone, no. Did you express your fear?
Well, there is. Well, I've been thinking, and there is one fear that I could think of. Politics. I will never get involved. There's a reason why I never get involved in any political discussion that this server has. Because I know it's gonna. Because I know no matter what, some side is not gonna like what I'm gonna have to say.
Yeah, that makes sense. That actually makes a lot of sense.
I've never been.
I try to stay out of those kinds of conversations as much as I can. Sometimes I feel like jumping in every once in a while.
Hold up, we need to stop right now. Toys R Us just sold Jeffrey the giraffe.
Who's Jeffrey the giraffe?
The mascot of the Toys R Us. They just sold Jeffrey the giraffe.
Russ really is
Hey,
William
Papa
here.
Charles, man. Yo, Charles, tell us your spicy political views.
We can't. Okay,
I told you I'm not brave enough for politics.
I'm going to shoot you up like a school.
There.
let's
Hey, Donkey, we can't say these things on the podcast.
Fuck you,
Diddley,
I'm
if you
gonna move
can,
to
cut that
Mexico.
out.
cut what out. Did Donkey say it in here?
Just listen back to the
Here,
recording
I'll-
and you'll know.
Okay, well, let's move on to the next topic.
Oh,
Alright.
before we move on, I think we should give that one story back to the listeners since we missed out on it last time. And then we can move on to the next.
The story that we missed out on last time. The girl.
Yeah. Yes. All right. So let's see here. Okay, so a few weeks ago, I had to graduate. Well, I graduated, so we had to go down and get our cap and gown from the main office in order for actual graduation when it comes up. So, and I go down to the multi-purpose room, which is where the wrestling is, and I went into the room, stood in the line for a little bit with my friend, talked a bit, and then we went into and then I got up to the front and I was like, yeah, I'm here for my cap and gown. And he was like, oh, okay, what's your name? I told him my name, and so he was like, oh yeah, that's fine. He pulled out a gold cap and gown. He goes, did you get a gold cap and gown? And I was like, no, I don't know. And I looked at it first, but I looked around, and all the girls had gold caps and gowns, and all the guys had blue caps and gowns. And I was like, oh, so okay. No, I didn't get a golden cap and gown. I don't think I did. I mean, I'll take it if you want me to. And the guy was like, nah, I'll just give you a blue one, man. But yeah, I almost my own graduation as a girl.
Okay, let's continue on. Since I assume it's finished.
Yes, yeah, that's pretty much it. The joke was getting the wrong color on my cap and gown. Do we want to move on to the next topic? Do you want me to announce the next topic?
Let's
Sure.
move on.
Okay, next topic is metric system versus imperial. Should the USA switch systems?
Man, I don't know about this. Math brain machine broke.
Okay, well, you don't have to take part on. You don't have to take part in this one, Donkey, if you don't want to.
Anus gang. Okay, bye.
Of course they should. Of course the US fucking should. Literally I'm fairly sure no one else fucking uses it apart from, is it Liberia? And like another country, I think.
Liberia and Myanmar.
Wow, what a fucking stronghold of the imperial fucking system. Of course they should. The rest of the world uses it. It would make converting so much easier. And any points that people say about the imperial system being good, because it does have some high points in certain science stuff. You just put that's only exclusive to science. When it comes to just everyday stuff, it's so much easier to use meters, centimeters, and things like that. Especially since the rest of the world uses it. The rest of the rest of the world, apart from Myanmar and Liberia. And I know it's really, really important to have that good connection to Myanmar and Liberia, but I feel like it's just more efficient.
Remember that Liberia is poor and Myanmar is currently going through a military coup, so it's like, what are we gonna do with them?
What happened with Burma?
Shit, they might change it. They might change it. Who knows?
What happened
Right.
with Burma
They
in
might
a
get
military coup?
off their fucking ass and realize that the
Burma
series
went
was
through a military coup, and now they're known as Myanmar.
Man, fuck Myanmar. It's all about Burma.
fucking ass. Plus,
Yep.
I just like any opportunity to spread the British propaganda to the rest of the world.
I think you are completely correct in all areas except for temperature. I think temperature on a domestic scale should still be using the Fahrenheit system because of the fact that a two temperature difference in Celsius is a lot bigger than a two temperature difference in Fahrenheit. So it's just a little bit easier. No other reason other than just that. So I
So
pretty
more
much agree with
efficient.
you.
But that makes Celsius more efficient though, because then Celsius, because like in America, if you're like cooking something in the oven, it's like 350 degrees Celsius. So, sorry, 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And like here, it's like just 160 degrees. But again, that does kind of make.
Oh no,
that
no,
does make,
I know that, but on the like if you go outside for like the weather or whatever, and you're just like, oh, well, like the difference between what is it? I believe like it's like 30 degrees outside is approximately 90-ish, so or like 95-ish. So, and then you have on the opposite end, you have like what is it like? No, 0 is freezing. So like -10 is about I want to say like around I want to say like 15 degrees Fahrenheit or something like that. So like as far as Fahrenheit is concerned, it's like you get a bigger difference, right? Because you can use it on a day-to-day basis. You can compare one temperature one day to a temperature of the next day, and it will actually change. You can have hourly change or daily change as well. So it's a bit it would work a little bit better for like like I said, domestic use, daily use. But as far as you could probably say, I don't know, in ovens, you could probably use. I mean, and still in ovens, it really doesn't even matter. A temperature is a temperature. It's not gonna change anything. You just make it if one thing if it's in one system, you just convert it to the next one. It's not that big of a difference. But we're talking about like just for ease of access. Oh, I'm running late out the door. I don't have time to change the temperatures between the two, and also it's just kind of like I don't know. I had a good point, and then it kind of just fell apart.
Boy, there is one point. There is one point where what's the word? There is one point where you're very, very, very much correct on, and I think I'm not sure if this is like just New Zealand has this, but it might also be like the rest of the world except America. America uses calories, which is way better than fucking kilojoules. Like New Zealand uses kilojoules when you measure like the amount in food, and it's the numbers are so big and it's so fucking annoying to keep track of. So I will admit
Right.
that the caloric system is way better. Calories is way better.
You okay there, Diddley?
Don't know if he's okay.
Okay, that's a lovely sound.
Yeah, I'm glad that's on the recording.
Cut that out. Can we cut that out? Cut that out?
Just
I love the fucking map of the world. Oh my god, I love the map of the fucking world. Countries that use Fahrenheit and countries that use Celsius, and it's just America lit up with like, I think that's El Salvador.
What? Defend your robot or some shit?
send it in the chat, please.
There's someone dying. In the
Are you dying?
Hello?
Are you dying?
Diddly.
Witness the death on
What's
stream. Do we
happening?
get to witness the death? If we do, we'll probably get a lot of views.
He's the guy recording.
Point.
Oh, by the way, Marion, that is Honduras,
Honduras.
not
Okay.
Ecuador. Or not El
In
Salvador.
fact, I
Hello? Italy? I hear a cat.
I think he.
What is going on?
I'm a bit concerned right now.
It's nothing. It's just a cat when I get outside. I'm gonna fucking choke it. I'm just kidding.
Please don't do that. Hey, Diddley, are you okay? You need me to send the police to your house?
oh my god.
Hello?
Does anyone else have any opinions on the metric system? Whether America should switch to it? No?
No, I
How about you-
don't think
yeah,
so.
how
We're
about-
just.
Alright, I made the cat shut up. And no, not like that.
Fucking.
Diddley, please say something.
Go alive, Diddley, tell me.
The nice free
I'm
gun
not-
app you have on your phone.
Kidding. I legitimately think he's dead.
Diddley got his ass fucked by 17 black men.
I think he might have got a spider shoved up his ass, actually.
Why must you do this to me? Stop it, get some help.
I need to find an article that's like spider shoved up man's ass in Florida and send it.
By the way, people finally finished. People finally,
Diddley, are you
Diddley,
trying to use your microphone?
they don't sound normal.
hey, my dudes.
A statement about what we just said or something, I don't know.
I'm an Alabama nigger and I wanna be free. Hail to the one ACP.
No, please.
Okay, you cannot say that.
No.
Fine.
No.
Okay, guys,
Yeah,
welcome to the end of the episode. We've been going for a whole 33 minutes.
Diddley,
so
what?
it's over now.
You got just like.
Hello?
Well, I have to deal with some stuff. I'll be back.
What?
Okay.
Wait, does
What
that...
What shall be our goodbye chant? I have an
What
idea
is
for our
happening?
goodbye chant.
Are we
Wait, I have a good-
recording anymore?
Any-
Do you have anything to talk about in case we are still recording Sikorsky? Any
I mean-
good topics?
Since he's gonna stop recording, let's do our goodbye chant. What should it be this time? In Veer Pasha did nothing wrong. In Veer
What
Pasha
is
did
your
nothing wrong.
favorite country? Like, what is your favorite country? Like, what is, like geography wise? Like, I'm talking like when you look on a map, you kind of jizz in your pants a little, you know.
Well, that's the end of the episode, folks. I feel.
And Veer Pasha
Okay,
did
no, I
nothing
think-
wrong.
Did we actually end it, Diddley?
I think we're over Sikorsky.
No, we are not over yet. We're going to say our goodbyes. Goodbye. The episode's over. Goodbye.